Good morning. Um, so I hope everybody had a good weekend. I just did a light overview of what's in the top tickers, and then top gainers. And according to Steven, it might be a bounce plus gap. Might be a bounce plus gap on BBY. I remember MARPS from October, and it just broke a new high on there. I see two tickers that are energy sectors. Actually, make that three. We all know that gas is really high right now, back to 2008 levels. Oh, actually, it was two, not three. I didn't check out 9 yet, or NINE. Yeah, not worth it. Yeah. All I know is IMPP, we've seen that in the past week. MARPS, I've seen this run in October. BBBY, it's energy sector, and it has a very small float compared to its market cap, and it ran at least like 70%. And so with there has to be some type of resistance if someone's calling it a gap plus bounce. So I think he's talking about this 109. And since it's within, it's correct, the 5th month. Yeah, it's within a year. Yeah, so it's right. So 10 months ago, we had this 109 resistance. And so it does have somewhat of a resistance. I don't like that it's past 6 months, but it did gap on a very large market cap, which is also an incentive for it to go down. The oil prices went up to its like 15-year high or something like that, where the crude oil went up to 130, and now it's back at 115. And so we're seeing some type of shift in momentum, and that's also going to add to this cap, because this entire sector is following it. My thing is, I don't know what the borrow fees are going to be like on this. I wasn't actually prepared to trade a small cap. I had zero faith that something would actually come up. With MARPS, this one, it throws me off a little bit because there is a resistance, and it kind of gapped over in the night. But the thing is, there's also not a resistance, because on this day in October, it gapped up, but it never consolidated. It never trapped anybody. It just gradually faded. And so there's not as much back orders. So I can't really say this is something ideal. But on the daily, this was created at 8, and it broke that point, and it's already $2 above that. And so if anything, this is just a clear breakout. With that, we're expecting a run of minimum 20%, which it already did, because that would have been, yeah, that's all I really want to say. But main thing is the energy sector is running as strong as it ever has been. it's been the leading sector this entire year. Only went all the way up with like very minimum pullbacks. I can't tell why we have a consumer secular ticker in the top gainer though. I think a good gauge would be to look at the oil, gold prices to see if it has something to do with the, the price index or consumer price index. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh yeah, I remember. I want to look at GLOT. Oh, we'll look at the index. That's not the one. Okay, there we go. What is this one called? Okay. We're off by $20. Oh, I could have just looked right here. Wow. And so if anything, it actually just got stronger. Okay. What's it doing? For now, I want to put CL. I'll just first look at the borrows. RPS. I doubt I'm gonna trade MA RPS. BB BY. Let's see if I can look at this intraday, or if someone dropped a chart in chat. Cause like this is another one that like we've seen the history of. Okay, I think someone dropped the chat, or someone dropped oh never mind, this is ARCA. Yeah, but they're already talking about in the chat that there's no push at all. And we all know how that goes on a bounce short or gap plus bounce. The gap is not just the like previous day. We want it to gap into the resistance before we have enough range to actually go in. My thing is 23.44. Yeah, so we're looking at a $17. $17 over 10 months ago. Yeah, $17 range 10 months ago. I can't see that far back. 6 hours. Oh man, that sucks. I know I can do this because it's like a 3-year chart. I've done it before. Okay. I'll look into it later. No, I know I could do this. What do you call it? Go 1 year, 2 minute. 5 year. I still got that cap. Don't worry, that's gonna change when we get the update. Or should. Okay. I forgot what I was doing now. Pretty much I'm trying to look intraday to see where the levels are. so I can get some gauge of where BBBY would likely fall, because it didn't push at all. Main thing is if we have a $17 spread, I want it to at least get to like a third of the way. This is only 103 resistance, but the market cap is pretty high, so I wouldn't give it like half before it would drop. But if it just drops right at the beginning, I feel like we won't be able to get as much like momentum like going down. I wouldn't feel comfortable holding it for the rest of the day, even if it is like a double digit stock, like in the energy sectors going down and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, the borrow fees on this is only 1 cent, and so that might give incentive to like have other people come in here and short, and then I think I'm winning, but you know they'll start covering, and then other people might see that as a incentive to you know, start buying, and then I just get stuck in limbo. Well, in the meantime, SPY is going down. I noticed that after I saw my account going up. I have 10K buying power that I was saving for the small caps. IMPP. This one broke its previous high and it ran all the way up to 6. Originally, we were calling this a multi-day runner, I think. And then it became, see how much? See, the volume, it's like pretty high compared to like all its previous days. But it's still running up. PP. Yeah, energy. So since we saw that reversal, it's probably just temporary. I don't even know why it reversed. I want to see if we see some news. Since we saw that reversal in crude oil. I wonder what happened. My guess is Shell bought like 600,000 gallons from Russia, so they're being like fat shamed from like the rest of America, following Biden's, you know, sanctions of American oil instead of like Russian oil, and that's pretty much my 2 cents on that. Okay, I don't think this is helpful. Okay, so what was I doing? Someone's, oh, never mind. It's just them atting everybody. Where did the chat go? BB, Bed Bath and Beyond. Yeah, that's my place. I get a humidifier there like almost twice a year because I can't protect one. What am I doing? BCEL. What is that? 165 to 536. Oh, I like that volume. That was on the previous day too. We'll pull back like 40%. What is this BCL? Oh, healthcare. Yeah. So this started in May. Wait. Yeah, no, this started in 2019. Highest it only went was 28. See what kind of price action we're looking at. If anything, I'd call all this flat and this spike. Like this would have been a good, what do you call that? Pre-market breakout, or something like along those lines. If I saw this, other than that, there's no place where a lot of people will be trapped. Even though this did get like that 60 million, it didn't go sideways. But since it's a healthcare sector, like main thing I'm trying to say is like, I don't see this being a pattern for right now. Like it did go from 1.64 all the way up to like 6.73. So if I did like, 300%, that would put me at, I don't want to do math right now. That's about $5, which does kind of put us in the area of, what do you call it? First red day and overextended gap down. But when you look on the daily, there is no like consecutive green days up to that point. So that kind of takes off the first green day idea. But when it comes to the overextended gap down idea, it already gapped down too much to like be considered that. And then if you start going into like the bounce short idea, you would have to find some type of support. But like this is just straight up. Like no matter how fine you make the chart, and if you start using the pre-market resistances, I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. If anything, I would wait for this to like find some comfortable bottom. Yeah. I wouldn't know how to trade this. Is what I'm trying to say. Like trade it safely. If I took a shot in the dark, I'd pretty much just be trying to. Let's do 4 hours. I want to get the volume of that last 2 hour spike. Yeah, so 24 million. But it's too spread. And like I don't even need to see the 20 million float on this. And 60 million market cap. Like even if the volume is like a lot less compared to the previous day, remember this wasn't popular in the pre-market. This picked up volume during the intraday. And so who's to say that it won't do it again? If anything, I'd only short it like if it pushed at least like 15-20%. And that'd just be because I feel like once it dropped like that overnight, like past that 20% mark, which would be at first, I think that was the close. Let me just check on the BCEL. $5.2, but the pre-market high was 7. And then it's currently at 3. Nah, I wouldn't do it. They already lost half his gains, or like compared to his pre-market. Unless it bounces like right here into like 70-80% of its own range. That's the only time I would like take it short. I have some ideas about the long, but not confident about it, so I'm not going to share. But other than that, did I just see an IDO at $40 something? What happened? At first, I thought it was my imagination. Okay. Oh. Oh, yeah, 1 million float though. All these energy sectors going crazy. I want to see if yeah, energy is the only one that's positive right now. The oil is still down by the 15 off of its high that was created before, but it did jump up like 10% like in one day. Not one day, but like, you know how you close the futures market and everything like for 1 hour. Like pretty much this shot up. Yeah, shot straight up from 16 to like 25. I remember this going to 30. Where's the? Yeah, not that important. But pretty much, the record high so far is 140, and so we already broke a lot of highs and resistances when you look at the like all-time chart. So with that in mind, people, they want to buy at the top, but yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen because the war between Russia and Ukraine, it's been going out of control too. Hey all, hi. I don't know what the message says. It was retracted. Yeah. It was something else I was doing. Yeah, I really want this SPY to drop. Mostly so I can add more. Like for me to come out positive, it has to go about like 25.5. I'm expecting it to get to like 217. Yeah, 217 today. And, a day or two after that. Because like on the 10th and the 15th, which is pretty much Thursday, and the next Tuesday, we should be seeing the CPI report and the hikes that the Fed has been promising. My only concern with that is, there's been this like war 3 optimism, buy the dip trending, and all kinds of other like shenanigans going on. And I've been listening to like the most pessimistic newscasters like possible, just trying to get a general idea of what's going on. And INDO is still going up, but So, what are you guys trading? Or like, what are you guys doing? I'm talking to you, Chad. I'm talking to you, Henry. I'm talking to you, Alan, Eli, Daniel, Punk Angel, whoever else is in the background that didn't come in yet. I'm looking at you. What are you doing? I'm watching you. I think. Therefore, I am. Okay, I'm done. Going up to 55. Pre-market 58. The HUSA. Oh no, this one's at half a spike. Well, if anything, this could be a type 2 gap up short. But it's, I don't know. I doubt it. Like, that's a big gap. Usually things past 200% don't act normal. But the market we're in is not normal too. Yeah, see, like if someone tried to short that at the open, they'd be squeezed by now. But at the same time, you know, this half, like, I touched something, but this is pre-market. No, because this one happened before. Today. Oh, okay, let's do. Oh, guess it wasn't. Okay, that was aftermarket. Well, those late day spikes, that was actually the morning. So does that count? No. Now shut up. What are you doing? Oh yeah. We're watching you. Oh no. Oh, but we know what you did. Oh no. Not again. I'm sorry. I played video games all night. Yeah. Well, not all night. Well, let's see. Good morning. Shorted BBY and covered now watching for actions. Good. What do you call it? I wonder what his signal for BBY. Oh, well, it did have a resistance, so that's kind of. But, Okay, yeah, technically it did get into 35. Yeah. And that's the halfway point. Okay. I can see that. Yeah. Good job on the short. You're just watching for actions now? I wonder what kind of action would signal someone to go back in. It's only like a penny per share. And, you know, we're looking at $25 stock right here. And so, you know, they definitely could have priced that a little bit more. And people still would have bought it. But other than that, just covered my position on BCEL. Now with this one, you know, those 300, 400% spikes, they always become top heavy. And so you don't really need a resistance. It's more of just like shorting a gap up short. Except like 300, 400%. Like between that range, anything past 200, it gets like a little bit crazy. My thing is, I can't feel confident trading the energy sectors like I would like a normal gap up short that goes to this extension. Like I woke up not prepared for this, but like if it did, you know, bounce into that area, then I would have thought about it, because you know you only can extend so far, especially since like you know the oil already turned, or the momentum already shifted and stuff. Like that was a good trade. That's what I'm trying to say. I was like, and I missed it. I'm like, man, I wish I was there. I'm in the FC chat getting used to the side of to that side of things. I wonder what they're saying. Oil plays continue. Energy market is bringing back the small caps. Get my ass squeezed on HUSA. Oh no. So IMPP just went through the roof again. Where'd you go? See, like the difference between this and BCEL is like this did this all in like one day, going up you know, like like 300, 400%. So that's why it's a good short to just blindly almost short into this. But mostly into strength. But where'd you go? What was the other one? But with INDO, not INDO, BCO. What did I just read? HUSA, yeah. Which HUSA? This is this is a very low market cap. And with that in mind, you know, it's pretty easy to like get to 100% of that like capital, or like what do you call it? Pretty much it takes a very small amount of money for this to go up 100%. We're at 140 right now. And with a small amount of money, like in terms of like stocks and being in the energy sector, like this can go through the roof. You know, comparing it to BCEL, where it looks like it already had its, you know, 15 minutes of fame in the pre-market / yesterday. It has, you know, 4 times the amount. I can't. Where'd the group sector go? Yeah, and energy actually just got 20. That's not percentage. A quarter of a point stronger. Its performance on the week is ridiculous. Actually, its performance just like all year has been positive. But my thing is, it just went down today by $15. But maybe that gave you know, people a reason to buy the dip, because they were already feeling a little antsy at trying to buy at 130, and that big push yesterday called for a, you know, a pullback that signaled them to buy. We saw this went down to 115, and now it's back to 117. So it. All these are affordable. What's the borrows on HUSA? It's like there's only so far you can go before. Oh yeah, it's cheap. Are all the energy sectors tickers cheap? ARPS, IMMP. I know IMPP is going to be an arm and a leg. Where are you? IMPP. Yeah, no, it's 11 cents. What about INDO? Indonesian Energy.
Rejected.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you only had 1 million float in the first place. That's fine. That's the least of our worries. I just want to see what kind of borrows you have.
Rejected.
Cancel.
Rejected.
Cancel.
Rejected.
I cancel your rejection. Okay. But yeah. IMPP too crowded. Oh wait, wrong chat. Yeah, a small short on BBBY. With that, in terms of like everyone that's like looking at BY or Bed Bath and Beyond, they see that resistance, and the consumer prices are going like through the roof. Like all the food I normally get on DoorDash is up by like at least like $2 or like a couple percent, and I feel like that's just a start. Bed Bath and Beyond, I don't know how this is like directly affecting them. I actually want to just do a very light skim on FinViz and see what comes up. Where'd you go? BY. I'm trying to figure out what will be a good cover point for this, because it still has a lot of room to breathe. It has a high market cap and trusted, loyal customers and stuff like that. But if I got to pay an extra $20 or something for my my humidifier, I'm gonna be pissed. This news came out today. Has record gain as an activist call for sales. Okay. So my first impression when I just read this title, because that also matters, like the impression, is that they're not letting inflation affect their prices as much. Either that or they're speaking out on something. Like when I hear the word activist, like my mind goes into certain categories, and those were the two. Thanks. So Bed Bath and Beyond had to increase prices and adjust its discount strategy due to freight and supply chain headwinds. So at the end of the day, we're just trying to see if this is, a new asset. Is it good news or bad news? And how is that going to affect things? This came out today. Oh, there's actually a lot of stuff that was attached to it. I need it. Wait, BCEL is not oil. It's a biotech. Wait, what? Did I say it was oil? No, it's healthcare. Oh, wait. Well, was I talking about oil at the same time? Yeah, sorry about that. I'm over here making fake news. Don't worry, you only got me for like 15 more minutes. Then I'm going back to bed. was like, I'm sticking to. I don't know. There's some stuff I kind of want to trade today. INDO is too risky, like with that 1 million float. But it's a $60. Yeah. You don't even have borrows on that. I'm taking that off. Second best will be was one that had a resistance. No, that's already. This has to push for me. The IMPP. Oh yeah. But what would that be? Actually, if you're doing it from the daily perspective, how far has this run so far? Yeah. So ooh. Yeah, I'm actually really liking that. Oh, it already started this pullback. Yeah. But yeah, you can only be aiming for like 30% anyway. So my thoughts with the ones moving like 300, 400% is at what point are you gonna get an offering or not an offering? Well, at what point is there gonna be like some news from the people pumping the ticker, and how much are they gonna drop it or dump it and squeeze it and pull it? Yeah. That was an inside joke, but it was a bad one. Now, I want to start giving numbers. But oh, there you are. Oh, it already went back up to its pre-market high top. But yeah, we already saw that. Oh snap. $0.20 cents off the top. Even if you do chase this, it'd still be worth it. You get $1. Yeah, that's at least like 15% still left. But to get that, you pretty much have to cover at the end of the day, unless it cracked. Like, it just created a double top. I'm looking for a crack of at least, I want to say 15%. So it's almost a $6 stock. So that's a $90 or 90 cents pullback, which is it clearly just did. It did $1.20 or $1.30 so far. main thing is you want to see that kind of pull on the run up. So time to do math. Open. Why are you still at 6? $3.9 times 0.85. Okay, plus 1.9, 5.2, which it already broke. But did the second one. Point 2 plus 3.1. Hey, SPY going down. Down. HUSA. Yeah, because that wouldn't make sense. No, not gonna talk. Alright, first, let's go back to this. This market is so crazy. Meanwhile, Steven makes a how I make a 6.8 million in this so-called slow market video. The thing is, I can't choose a priority right now. Like, you know, my priority in terms of like comfort level, it'd be the ones with like resistances, or you know, I caught the run up. But like now that like everything's passed, yeah, I'm just like I can't even see like a back end to a lot of these. Like, you know, with Bed Bath and Beyond, this will be the only one that I will have any kind of like I would trade this at 1 o'clock type stuff if it came back up to a same high, and just try to get like 15-20% and stuff like that. With INDO, that thing is crazy. Like, you know, million float going up to $60. Like, you don't know if this is gonna go up to $90. You saw the type of price action on that like last timeshare and like all the other stuff going to 100 and like crazy stuff. Now with these energy sectors being not crazy, but I feel like there's another word I could use, but like that's other than like stupid. At the end of the day, I'm glad you guys got some money and made your shorts. You got to it faster than me. With IMPP on the daily, this looks like a good short in terms of like extension. But my thing is, it didn't do it all at once. Oh, that's what I was talking about last time. Yeah. So someone said, PCL is not an oil. I was talking about like having a gap up short, or something like extended on the daily, or like, all at once, like having momentum and stuff like that, catching people's attention, and like the psychology behind that. Like pretty much what goes up must come down, like up fast, down fast. But with IMPP, this is steady, which gave a lot of room for people to get out. But since it's still on the daily, like at like a certain extension, it gives me a what's that ticker? It gives me like a specific ticker in my head. I have it in my little black book. I think ENTX, not ENTX. Actually, I think it might be NTX. Oh no, I got like 3 tickers at the top of my head right now that looks something similar to this, but at the same time, we're in a special market. So I can't even like be too confident on that. But when you have this type of extension, it automatically becomes a multi-day runner category, and like I'd swing it because you only can go up so far, especially on this kind of. I was about to say this guy, but this 30 million market cap. And like we saw what the worst can be like in this oil sector so far. Not the worst, but like it went up to 130 already. And it looks like it's gonna slowly grind back up to that 125. Probably within the next 2 days. I wonder if they turn the pump back on. Well, I'll figure that out later. I'm staying away from the hot oil stocks. If you do get in them with like, I'd buy them, not sell them. Yeah, no, just stay away. You're right. You're right. Just stay away. It's like, I feel so bad for the people lining up at the gas tank, because it's so expensive that they can't buy a full tank of gas. They have to buy it in partial and then just come back 10 minutes later. Bro, I saw the funniest like TikTok or something where one guy, he's like, man, he's being interviewed by Fox News, and he's just like, man, I'm an Uber driver and I can't do Uber because all the money goes into the tank. He's like, it just makes me want to stop and slap somebody. And like, man, this man got the craziest Google eyes, and he's in Missouri, and like you could tell he's humble and he's serious. And that's what kind of makes it like a little funny, because he's just like, man, I just want to slap somebody. Yeah, like it's so innocent. But I'm gonna leave it off on that. Stay safe, guys. It's 10:30. I'm gonna head out first. Be careful in the oil stocks. Let's see. yeah, just stay safe. Watch out for these multi-day runners. And enjoy your trade. I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Where is the button? The button. Over here.